Yes, guys, it's Lee Freeman here, and today we are going to discuss the number one skill that you need to learn that will teach any man how to be absolutely unstoppable on the road to success in all areas of life, in body, in business, and in being. Not just for him, but for his family as well. So there are so many mindset and self-development skills that you can learn, from upgrading your identity, that's essential, raising your standards, handling setbacks, failure and disappointment, overcoming overwhelm and self-sabotage, building insane resilience, building grit, and developing unstoppable confidence. But if I could teach you just one mindset skill today, it would be this skill. And this one skill is 80% of what you need to succeed in life. And if you're still not at the top of your game, if you're still not a 1% operator, it's the missing link to you getting there. So I promise you, this video is going to change the game for you if you stay till the end. And what I'm going to teach you is what I used and what led to me becoming able to build multiple six-figure businesses, run 200 consecutive miles, and change thousands of men's lives. So if this video impacts you, please subscribe, please like it, and please drop a comment below, just letting me know that you're here. Maybe share it with a man who also needs to hear this as well. So I love you all. Let's crack on and dive into this training. So the number one skill that you need to learn is unwavering self-belief, over and above anything else, over and above confidence, over and above resilience, grit, or any of the other traits that you need. This is the one that you need most. And you need to develop belief on an absolutely fucking delusional level. Now, before we start, you may have seen my successes, you may not have seen my losses. Now, remember, I'm a guy who lost my mum at 6 months old, had a father who abandoned me. I grew up around fear, scarcity, certainly not abundance. I battled addictions, and I've been diagnosed with every single mental health label going, unless there's some that I'm not aware of. Now, in 2013, I broke my neck, okay? I've nearly died on multiple occasions. The last one, literally this year in February 2026. It's actually probably a miracle that I'm alive. But yet here I am, 46 years old, in the best shape of my life. I'm the man that my wife and my son need me to be. I run multiple six-figure companies, and I'm changing thousands of men's lives, teaching them to do exactly what I've done. So don't you fucking dare tell me that it's different for you. If you think it's different for you, unlike, unsubscribe, stop watching the video. It's not, and that victim mindset will keep you set forever. Nobody can help you if you think it's different for you. Now, listen to me, okay? I am going to turn you into the proud, elite 1% operator you are destined to become, because I need you to understand right now, elite men are built, not born. I wasn't born this way, I was built this way. Now, before we start, I also want you to grab a pen, I've not got one to hand, and a piece of paper, because the pen is mightier than the sword. What gets written gets retained, and that's the way that you learn at a deeper level. Every single piece of this training has been written down for me to refer to, and it's been written down in pen, okay? Not typed, in pen, albeit an Apple Pencil. Now, as I said, the number one skill that you need is belief, and belief is also built. Winners were not born, winners were built. And the best thing is, you are 100% in control of what you choose to believe, what you choose to think, and how you choose to act. So stop listening to either the limitations that you've placed on yourself, or even worse, the limitations that other people have placed on you, and start listening to me. Get rid of your phone, pay attention, watch this training, don't get distracted, and I promise you, it's going to change your life. Now, if at any point you're listening to this and you think, I would like Lee's help, I want to help every single man I can, DM me on Instagram, Lee Freeman Coach, and no matter where you're at, if you're feeling lost, if you're feeling stuck, if you're at rock bottom, or you're just already winning, but you want to hit a new level, drop me a message, because my mission from God is to help as many men as possible change their lives and become elite 1% operators so they can change other lives too. Now, I want you to tattoo this on the backs of your eyelids, because repetitive thoughts create beliefs, and your beliefs create how you behave, and your behavior creates your experience of life. We don't experience life, we experience how we choose to behave and what we focus on. Now, the best thing is that you control your thoughts and you control your beliefs. But if you don't believe that you're good enough or you're worthy of success, guess what? You never will be. You will never outperform your beliefs around what you believe is possible for you. Now, the greatest power that God gave each and every one of us is to decide what we believe is possible for our lives. Any limitations that have been placed either by you or by someone else are nothing but lies. You can be, have, and do anything that you want. Anything. But you have to believe it's possible. Because if not, you'll never do the work for long enough to achieve it. Now, if you don't believe you're ever going to be a millionaire, guess what? You never will. If you don't believe you can lose weight and build muscle, guess what? You never will. But guess what also? I've already proved that everything is possible. I've been a skinny little drug addicted rat who weighed less than 11 stone and then got skinny fat and then got addicted and then drank every day and then got depressed and then had anxiety and then got diagnosed with ADHD, then got diagnosed with autism, then got diagnosed with a personality disorder. I'm not even joking. Then got diagnosed with PTSD. All labels, not interested, belief's the one that I'm interested in, and belief is possible. Belief is the label that you want to have. That man believes in himself because anything is possible. As I said, I've proved it. I was told I was too small to play rugby. Okay, I was told I would never be good enough to DJ in a club. I played after Sigala to 3,000 people at Eden in Ibiza. Most people didn't believe for 1 second that I was ever going to be able to run 200 consecutive miles. Guess what? Smashed it, even with an injury. Now, you need to understand that if you want to be the best, you have to develop this unwavering self-belief. I never believed for 1 second that I wasn't going to run 200 miles. Not for 1 second. I would not allow those thoughts in my mind because quitters never win and winners never quit. So I knew I would have to be carried away from that challenge on a stretcher to not complete it. Now, right now, I probably believe in you, more than you believe in yourself. And that's because I've lived it. That's because I've already done it. So I've got evidence. You don't have evidence. And that's why you can borrow my belief for now, because you control your reality. You are the master of your destiny. And why would you let any thoughts or people in your mind or your life that tell you otherwise? People and thoughts that don't support it. That's what fucking victims and losers do. And that's not you. You're here to win, or you wouldn't even have made it this far in this video. If you have made it this far, subscribe, like, and drop me a comment to know that you've made it this far, to know that you want to be in the 1%. So by the end of this video, you're going to feel like you can run through walls, but you might need to watch it 100 times. The best mindset videos from my mentors I have watched 100 times. No lies. Until I can memorize it, until I brainwash myself to believe in myself on the level that they believe in themselves. Okay? Watch it every day until you can memorize it. Do the work. Or choose Netflix and be part of the 99%, not the 1%. That's your call. But also you have to stop focusing on the destination and the outcome. Because what takes you to any destination? A road. In some form, right? And what's the fastest road to success? Self-belief. Because if you don't believe it, you'll never achieve it. And your belief system has to support the destination. So stop worrying so much about where you want to go and start thinking about who you need to become to get there. Brainwash yourself to the level where you believe success is already there. I never go into either a sales call or a physical challenge or a game of rugby or anything believing anything other than I will succeed and I will win. okay? And you have to do that. I will not allow those thoughts in my head because I'm a winner. And if you're a leader or a coach like me or a father like me, then you also need to understand that your beliefs create your team's beliefs. Your beliefs create your kids' beliefs. So it's your responsibility to believe, because in life, you get what you believe. You don't experience life. You experience what you choose to focus on. Not what you deserve, not what you hope for. Hope's not a strategy. What you believe. And belief is your superpower. But it's not just about belief. And at the end of the video, we're going to come on to exactly why belief is so important and exactly why you need to develop it and how to do that. Now, as I said, you get what you believe and you get what you focus on, but you also get what you search for. Now, when I say I'm going to achieve something, I do, because belief is key. And belief is the key that unlocks the door to relentlessly doing the work. This is not some wishy-washy, see it and you'll believe it. It's believing on such a level that you're relentlessly inspired to do the work, because work plus effort always equals results. Now, people will always tell you what you can't achieve, what you can't get, that you need to be realistic. 3 words: fuck those people. Mediocre goals require a mediocre effort. Set huge, exciting goals that make you want to dive out of bed 7 days a week and do the work on every day that ends in Y. Because that's what will get the dream results. Set goals that make you want to run in the rain, that any form of adversity on the mission just doesn't matter because the goal means more. And then think about it. Do you want to prove those people right? Do you want to stay small? Do you want to make the little-minded people right? Or do you want to prove them wrong? Because I tell you what, over my dead body will I prove them right. Nobody's putting me in a fucking achievement box. Now, listen up, because this is where the actual coaching starts. So to change your beliefs, you have to interrupt your thoughts. You have to put a bullet in your pattern of limiting beliefs. And I do this by saying, says who? You'll never play rugby, says who? You'll never run 200 miles, says who? No one in our family's ever been to university, says who? And they'll tell you beliefs on the other side as well. Everyone in our family's always been big. No, everyone in your family's always eaten too many calories. Okay? Be the person that breaks the family open. If no one has ever achieved anything in your family because the whole family's been infested with limiting beliefs, be the one that changes the record. Be the one that changes the channel. And you'll learn how to believe by crushing limiting beliefs. Now, you've probably been repeating the same cycles, talking of DJing like a vinyl, just on repeat your entire life. And I love this analogy as I was talking about the telly there as well. What do you do if you don't like the channel? You change the channel. What do you do if you're not enjoying watching this YouTube now? And I hope you are. If you are, like and subscribe and drop me a comment. If you're not, you're just going to change it and go watch something else. Well, your life is the same. If you don't like your life, change it. You're not a tree. Move. Create new beliefs. Life is the same. And you also have to remember, you can't take the old you into a new anything and expect different results. You have to put a bullet in your old identity. If you've had the habit of not believing in yourself, you need to put a bullet in that person and a battery in the new self-belief you. Now, I do anything that I say I will because I believe in me. And you're watching this right now and you will be able to hear the fire in my voice, the passion, the drive, the energy, the belief. I don't quit. I'm alive because I didn't quit. I ran 200 miles because I didn't quit. You have to not quit, but you have to believe. If you just do those 2 things, believe you can achieve it and never quit, you will go to the fucking moon, okay? Now, this is what you need to learn. Now, if I can do it, then why can't you? What is different about me and you? Why can't you run 200 miles? You can. every single one of you watching this, injuries and medical conditions aside, can run 200 miles. You just, one, don't believe you can, and two, you're not willing to do enough work in training. Three, you're not willing to quit. Now, tell me a reason why it's different for you. Post it in the comments. If there's a reason right now and you're watching this why you can't achieve anything that I have, knowing my background and my conditions, let me know in the comments what it is. Okay? Now, one of the easiest ways to succeed is find people who are successful, get around them and copy them. No successful people will ever care about this because they're not insecure, because they're successful. They appreciate people copying them and imitating them because they know they've inspired them. It's that simple. Think like I think. Act like I act. Dress for the job that you want. Fake it until you make it. Believe you can do it. Believe like I believe. And never quit. Because no one's ever seen me quitting. Never. And if you don't quit, you can't lose. So whether it's me or someone else, decide who you want to be like and model them. Step into your future proof. Start to behave and act and think like the person you want to be. Act like you're already living your dream life. Let me ask you this question. If you were already living your dream life, you had all the money you want, you were living in your dream home, you were driving a Ferrari, you had all the money in the world, you had a beautiful, loving relationship, your kids were happy, everything in life was perfect, how would you be showing up today? Why not show up like that anyway? Because you choose how you show up, right? Now, also, when you show up as that person, start to watch who you attract into your life. You become magnetic. People are magnetized to me because of my energy, my belief, my confidence, my drive, the fact I don't quit, the fact I want the best for others. Okay? You'll attract other believers, other winners, other visionaries. And fake it until you make it, until you create your own style, right? Think of a young kid playing football. Does he try and create all his new own tricks and skills, or does he copy Ronaldo or Messi? He copies Ronaldo or Messi until he's got good, and then he starts to develop his own style. So find someone to model and scope yourself on them. Now, if you want to learn how to do all of these things, not just the belief, but also the overcoming adversity, handling challenge, setbacks, failure, disappointment, building world-class confidence, building resilience, building grit, learning how to never quit. And you also want to be part of my brotherhood, who will hold you more accountable than you hold yourself and to higher standards than you ever have, then DM me on Instagram, Lee Freeman Coach, right now. Now, if you don't believe yet, that will be critical to you, because get around people who do. Borrow mine and the brotherhood's belief until you believe in yourself. Right, let's dive back in. So, you need to train your mind to believe, just like you train a muscle, right? So much so that you can't remember the person who didn't believe. That you're thinking that positively, you can't think negatively, even if you try. That you refuse to let negative arseholes in your life because you just don't have the energy for them. Okay? Because you're too positive. Be annoyingly positive, annoyingly energetic. Have belief on a level where people call you delusional. I always love the joke. People call my goals delusional. I nearly fell off my fucking unicorn. I'm not going to do stand-up comedy anytime soon, but you get the message, right? So change the channel of life like you change a TV channel until you can't remember what you used to watch. We don't watch TV in this house. We have 3 TVs. We don't watch TV. Guess what we watch? Mindset, self-development. We didn't always used to. We used to fester our head watching shit like 24 Hours in Police Custody about people getting murdered and stabbed. How do you think that's going to impact your life before going to bed? I see bullshit on internet. What's the next best box set? How's that going to improve your life? It's not. What about if you watch a box set of self-development every night for the next 365 days? Do you think maybe you'd start to believe in yourself, develop confidence, have a stronger mind, have more resilience, have more grit? Of course you would. But you need to change your thoughts, and if you change your thoughts, you'll change your life. I can't even remember a lot about the old Lee because I fucking buried him He had a bullet in the fucking head because you can't carry the old you into a new life. Okay? Now, here's the biggest lesson. Why are beliefs so important over and above everything that we've discussed so far? Because beliefs determine how hard you work. Beliefs determine whether you quit or not. Beliefs determine how you show up. And beliefs also determine what you do when life gets tough. Now, listen to this, right? If you knew without any shadow of a doubt that all you had to do was show up for the next 365 days, and at the end of that, you'd have your dream life, you'd have £1 million, you'd be driving a Ferrari, you'd have a villa in Spain, you'd have your dream body, you'd be healthy, you'd have the most amazing circle of friends. All you had to do was show up every day for 12 months. £1 million, your dream home, a Ferrari, or your dream car. Would you do it? Of course you fucking would. Why? Because you're addicted to certainty. If you knew you were going to get the thing, you'd do the work. The reason why you don't do the work is because you don't believe you're going to get the thing, so why would you? If you didn't believe the butchers had any fillet steak, would you go to the butchers to get fillet steak? Of course you wouldn't. You don't believe it. If you didn't believe your boss was going to pay you this week if you've still got a job, would you go to work all week? Of course you wouldn't. You don't believe they're going to pay you, so what's the point? You have to believe. So why is it that you keep quitting when it gets tough? It's purely and simply because you don't believe it's possible. Beliefs create actions. Actions create results. And all human behavior is belief driven. You behave how you believe. Trust me, belief is fucking everything. Think you're going to lose, you will. Think you're going to win, you will. Both options are always available, but all actions follow beliefs. So my question for you is, are you ready to believe? Are you ready for your entire life to go through the roof? Are you ready to run through walls? Because if you believe you can, you will. Henry Ford's all-time famous quote, either you think you can or you think you can't. Either way, you're right. Now, what's the final key to this? What's the final key to becoming a 1% operator? If you need to be around other 1% operators. That's why I created Ascension. That's why I created a brotherhood, because it's a brotherhood of 1%ers. We don't tolerate bullshit. We don't tolerate whining. We don't tolerate victims. We don't tolerate blaming, complaining, or justifying. We don't tolerate low standards. We're 1%ers and we stay together. So if you want to join us, you know what to do. Send me a message on Instagram. Because if you change your beliefs and you change your circle, you will change your entire life. But if you keep your beliefs and you keep your circle, you'll never change and you'll die a loser. Because the world does not reward self-doubt. It certainly doesn't fucking reward self-pity. It doesn't reward insecurity or procrastination. It rewards certainty, action, and effort. You don't have the life you want? Fucking knuckle down and work harder. Because you have the belief. You should now know how to get the belief. Then you need to take the action. Then you need to never quit. Then you get the reward. And ask yourself right now, are your current beliefs supporting the life that you want? If not, forget everything else, all the other things, and just focus on building beliefs. All day, every day, one at a time. 1 full hour every day I do self-development, which is watching a video like this from one of my mentors. Watch this video twice a day for the next 30 days and prove to me that your entire life doesn't go through the roof, that your confidence doesn't raise, that you don't lose weight, that you don't have a happier, more positive life. Because I guarantee you, you will, without any doubt. Or you can keep choosing Netflix, scrolling and distraction whilst bullshitting yourself about why you're too busy. Okay? That's your call, brother. I'm ready when you are and not until. If you're ready, get in touch. If you're not, keep watching until you are. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and you're a 1%er who wants to win, do me 3 favors. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be dropping videos every week. Comment below with the biggest lesson you've taken from this and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Guys, I love you all. I believe in you all. and I'm going to see you on the next video.